Hey everyone, John from Beyond ARTV. Today I'm going to be doing my CD collection update, my first in about 6 months. It's something that I usually do about once to twice a year, and I have added over 30 CDs since the last time I did one in the fall, so yeah, it's high time for that. But before we get to the video today, I did want to thank our sponsor, Feedbands. They've been kind enough to support the channel here, and of course the main channel ARTV as well, and you may have already heard me talk about them, but did you know that you can get a free trial whenever you sign up using the link in the description down below? Now, if you're wondering still what Feedbands is, basically it's a place where the artist can upload a song there for free. You guys, the community, can go over there, join and stream, upvote the songs that you like the most, and you're thinking, okay, what do my upvotes do? Well, the ones with the most upvotes at the end of the month get pressed to vinyl. That's awesome. You don't see business models out there like that in this day and age, but I love what they're doing. They've been around for a while now, and I'm glad to see that they're finally getting traction. So definitely go sign up, get that 1 month free trial by clicking the link in the description down below. Try it out, see what you think. You can even get any record in their archive just for the cost of shipping. That's it. The whole month you can get these records basically for free, small shipping cost. Anytime you do check out my sponsors, just know that it helps out the channels immensely. I really appreciate it. And anyways, on to the video. My first addition today is the Creeper album, Eternity in Your Arms. I haven't even opened my first 2 CDs that I'm going to show you yet, mainly because I just cut my nails and I can't get into this thing to save my life. This was a fantastic record, one that saw combinations of theatrics, rocks, just over the top, immense, I don't know, feeling. There was a certain type of vibe going on in this record, and I had to pick it up not only on vinyl, as you saw in my vinyl update, but also a CD copy as well. The next one I was talking about that I haven't even opened yet was Spoon's Hot Thoughts. This just came in the mail the other day. I'm excited to get this open, and I'm thinking I'm going to show you guys in just a minute once I actually have one that's open, but these are really turning into my favorite type of CD cases, the ones that are like a combination of like the jewel case in the back and ones that actually have like a solid slimmer cover around the sides. Next up we have Run the Jewels 3. It's got a little tri-fold thing going on here, and I do like that. I love the cover art on this one and the way that the CD kind of slides out of the side there. Definitely a fantastic record, a Christmas miracle, if you will. Next up we have Julian Baker with Sprained Ankle. I really started getting into this after watching her Tiny Desk concert, and I know I never gave this a review mainly because I hadn't heard it at the time of its release, but now I feel like I was really missing out on something. I was really sleeping on Julian Baker, and actually Brand New covered her song off of this album of the same name, Sprained Ankle, and I didn't know who it was, and I went and checked it out and loved it.
3 hours later.
Alright, finally, now that the yard maintenance people in my community have finally decided to literally let off the gas and let me get back to filming and stop making so much noise, up next we have Kings of Leon with Walls. This is a nice little fold out. You can see kind of the aesthetic that they had going on with this record. It was different for them. I don't know how much I like the album cover for this whatsoever, but it's a thin, glossy copy that I do enjoy, and this is a great listen, honestly. I came back to this not long ago at all and had a blast listening to it. Next, we have one that I found at Target for just $3.99. I think it's actually still available because I bought some CDs there for an upcoming giveaway I'm going to be doing for ARTV, so stay tuned for that. And also, this is a great record. I reviewed it earlier this year as a part of my throwback week that I did, and this is really only one of 2, this and their next record, it won't be soon before long, albums by Maroon 5 that are actually like really, really good. And this is just like pop rock stuff that really has a popping bass groove to it and a lot of fun in the vocals. A lot of relationship-centric stuff, but it's smart, not like modern Maroon 5. Next up, we have Microwave, a very, very underrated band that I'm enjoying a whole lot. I even went back and checked out their first album, but much love by Microwave right here. This is a record that just rocks the hell out. It's very relatable and down to earth in its lyrics, and I like that they have the lyrics actually printed out. Next, we have Matchbook Romance. I really like how this kind of slides out. I don't always care for those, but this one's pretty cool. Got some weird art there. You can see this little thing. I'm not even sure what that is exactly. It looks like something from Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings. But this record, I'm surprised I found it. I'm surprised it was still in press because this isn't a very, very popular band whatsoever. But there's some great tracks on this album, Voices. This came out in 2006. I bought this originally back in the day because I saw their ad running all the time on Fuse, a channel that I watched religiously, and then I sold the CD or else gave it away or something, and now years later I picked it up again, and there's some great ones on here. Seriously, the first like 3 or 4 tracks, actually I'll say this, the first 5 songs on this album, fantastic. My Mannequin Can Dance is just a huge jam, bombastic. Here's Joanne by Lady Gaga, her album that dropped last fall, a beautiful record, something that was very, very different for her. It's a jewel case here, which I like, and I like how the Joanne is actually like signed instead of like the rest, which are written in white here on the track listing. A very different album, one that didn't maybe perform as well as they hoped it would, and I'm disappointed by her new single, The Cure, just because it's such like a left turn from this, and I would love to see more like this rockier direction, a little bit of grit, teaming up with even Father John Misty on the writing, which was awesome. But hey, if she takes this turn back to pop again, that's fine. Speaking of pop, we've got DNCE with their debut album, and they've already put out a new single too. It's weird how them and Lady Gaga just both dropped new singles in the spring right after releasing an album in the fall, right around the same time. Then we have 2 albums from VXX. The only one that I did not buy was Coexist, just because even though I do like songs like Angels, I didn't care enough to buy it. It's definitely my least favorite by them. Next up is Be Nothing by Boston Manor, a hard-hitting record from the UK band. I'm excited to see them on Warped Tour this summer. A lot of tenacity and power, and some surprisingly good songwriting that pops up here as well. Next we have Bruno Mars with Unorthodox Jukebox. I ended up buying this after I reviewed it because I didn't review it until 2016, like the end of the year, right before 24 Karat Magic came out. And then I realized, wow, this was actually a really, really great release. And even though it is kind of short, it's only like 33 minutes, it still has a nice pop and glamour to it. And there's a nice variety of the type of songs that appear on here as well. Next, we have Childish Gambino with Awaken My Love. This was a very, very unique album for him. This is not something like if you listen to his debut album Camp and then you just went straight into this, you'd be like, is this the same guy? But it's from the mind of Donald Glover, and that dude does everything. So this shouldn't surprise you too much. I need to listen to this album again very, very soon. Here we have another one that has the cool, I really like this, I keep talking about it, but seriously, more bands, please do this. It seems like they are. Water Parks with Double Dare. I love this record, and the way that it looks on the inside too. I love all the little blueberries or bombs or whatever they are going off everywhere on this. And the cover of the album as well. Great record. If you haven't heard it yet, if you're still holding out, maybe you've only heard the singles, seriously, do yourself a favor, hear the whole thing. Here's Beyonce with Lemonade, one of my favorite records of the year last year, so was Double Dare by Water Parks. But this one just really caught me off guard because I've never been a fan of her in the past, but this record totally won me over. And I could say similar things for Radiohead's A Moon-Shaped Pool. This record was, again, just an experience. I really immersed myself in the sound of this one, and especially moments like Deck's Dark and where is it towards the end of the record, Full Stop and Identikit. It's a really, really great album that inspired me to go back, listen to some of their other stuff. And honestly, right now, this is probably the one that I dig the most as a whole, but hopefully I'll get to spend some more time with their discography very, very soon. This is another band that won me over. This is why I put it right after Radiohead, just go, I wouldn't beat you guys over the head with the fact that, oh, this band I just got into. This is Gorillaz with their album Humans. I picked this edition up at Target. I'm not sure if like different retailers had different covers. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comment section down below. I was hoping to get the one that had all 4 of them on the front, but I got the one with Russell, the drummer, on the front of the cover. And on the back, it's got a cool shot of them here. My top 10 Gorillaz is either out now or it's coming out very soon. If it's out, I'll put an annotation at the end of this video. I, of course, had to pick this one up. Probably my favorite record of the year so far right here. Harry Styles with his debut self-titled record. And this is another one that has that nice, cool jewel case feel to it, but a nice soft front. And I like the artwork of this, you know, just with Harry in the tub, it looks like, and then it folds out, and you can kind of see some things like floating in the water there. And on the back, it contains just the track listing and that other shot that I'm sure you've seen on his social media if you keep up with him at all, I believe. That was his profile picture, or else he tweeted it out for a while. But just some cool imagery and that sort of thing, and I love the throwback feels that you get with the record. Now this one, I really recommend picking up if you haven't already. If you like this band Vinyl Theater at all, I got their album Origami on CD, just to show these guys some love and support, because I know that Fueled by Ramen doesn't give a shit about them. It doesn't seem, they don't market them well at all. This was a really good album, and even though not every single song is gold, still, there's a lot of fun and emotion packed in here. Next we have After Laughter by Paramore. This album just came out recently, but I'm really loving it. I'm drawn to that. That and Harry Styles' record came out the same day, and it was almost too much for me to handle because I had two albums that I seriously just love, can't get enough of. It's a very different direction for them, something much poppier, something more in like the 80s meets synth pop meets modern Indian alternative lane, but whatever it is, it's pretty fascinating, and I'm really enjoying how this album is settling in on me. Now next we have one that the band Remo Drive were kind enough to send me on their own accord. Myself and my girlfriend interviewed them for our podcast, and afterwards, and of course I reviewed their album, and then afterwards the lead singer was like, you know, let me send you a CD, and that was awesome. We have a complicated fold system with, oh, I almost dropped it, The Main, and their album Lovely Little Lonely. You can see the feet there, and you see like the hands. Where did it go? You can't, it's hard to like control the fold outs here. I don't know how much I like that, but I love this album. You can see the hands here, the feet there at the bottom, and it does, again, I love that a lot of people are moving towards this. I sound like a broken record here, but I do love that. And I like the way that they stylized it here. You can see that they still have like the big M that they have from their logo. So a really cool album from The Main. I'm glad to see that they struck while the iron was hot, continuing the feel of American Candy. Next we have Damn by Kendrick Lamar. You know I had to pick this one up. Next we have a rare one. One that you just don't see out and about. Maybe you can find like a used copy here and there, and that's what I had to do. I've seen a few in like dismal condition before, and the ones that are actually in good condition, you see them on eBay and they're in terrible shape. But I found this one on eBay. I found it for like $10 or something like that. I think it was plus like a few bucks for shipping, but still, it was under $20 total, and I was really impressed that I was able to find it. Next, we have Joey Badass with his most recent album, All American Badass. You can see it's got the little fold out there, and I like how he censored the middle fingers for himself there. Thank you, so I can remain advertiser friendly, Joey. Oh, I'm still in love because I bought 10 by Pearl Jam. It's here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll have to do a review of that one at some point. And continuing with our throwback 90s feel, I also bought Nirvana's Unplugged in New York. This one is great driving music for me. That's the main reason that I picked up a CD copy, because I really like how this one just sounds in the car while you're cruising around. Doesn't matter if it's day or night. This one is another one from the Turning Point, continuing from the 90s to the early 2000s. This Rated R by Queens of the Stone Age came out in 2000, and definitely one of the best Queens records, if not the best for a lot of people, I'm sure. This one has amazing moments like Better Living Through Chemistry, an amazing track that really has a ton of suspense, attack and release on it, Autopilot, just seeing the traded vocals between Joshua Homme, Nick Oliveri, and Mark, his last name is evading me for some reason, but Mark Lanigan on this record. It's fantastic the way that it shapes up. I bought this one at a recent show that I went to. It's a pretty unknown band. It's Movement's Outgrown Things. This has a little fold to it as well, which is surprising. They've got a nice little band like this where they've got all the lyrics printed out and everything like that. I can definitely see these guys taking off in the scene. They put on a pretty good show. I was hoping for a little bit more, but I still feel like they're so new that they're getting used to their stage presence. And it wasn't that they were bad, it's just that they felt like they were on cruise control up there. The final one I have to show you in this update today is The Heights by Knox Hamilton. I haven't had enough time to come back to this record in a while, but I'm hoping to soon. I always say that, and I always get bogged down in new releases and that sort of thing, but you gotta make time for the music that you love and just want to come back to as well. This is The Heights, Knox Josh Hamilton. You might have heard from them by Alt Nation, plays them a whole lot. They've got a song called Work It Out that does appear on this that was a pretty big hit for them on alternative radio. We Get Back is a scorching opener that just really sets the tone for the record. I have to recommend this. Guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing my CD update today. So many new albums that I've picked up here. Be sure to leave a like on the video, and don't forget to check out our sponsor Feedbands. You can get a free month trial using that link in the description down below. A vinyl update should be out in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. And if you're able to, support on Patreon. It's that annotation over in the corner. Just click that and it'll help you support ARTV on a monthly basis. Couple of recent videos floating right here, socials in the description, and I'll see you very soon right here on Beyond ARTV.